Okay. I found it. By the way, it's an hour later. I'm having a morning. I found the Mary Trump tweet.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Yeah, you were looking for that a while ago.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. All right.
There's a lot of tweets.
While on MSNBC, Mary Trump claimed there are a multitude of reasons to believe that Jared Kushner could be an FBI informant working with the Justice Department before the Mar-a-Lago search, possibly to avoid a criminal investigation of his own. Oh, my. So many tantalizing possibilities this morning, right? Yes, Dash Dubrovsky said when Trump bragged about grabbing women by the genitals, Republicans called it locker room talk. When Trump steals nuclear documents and classified intel, Republicans call it taking his work home with him. Stop letting the GOP brand themselves. These are heinous criminals. Thank you. They're terrorists. They're terrorist enablers. This is okay. Angry staffer also on this. What did you say that Trump has to say to declassify?
Mecca like a high, mecca hidey ho.
Right. That's not how any of this works,
No.
Angry staffer says. Anything that falls under the executive privilege umbrella now belongs to the National Archives. Mm-hmm. Anything that was attorney-client privilege simply saved them some time in the crime fraud exemption warrant that is almost certainly coming. Okay, and this ridiculous, I declassified it lie.
Well, I mean, Kash Patel told us he did, so why would you not trust Kash Patel?
Yeah, right. Oh, he just happened to see him do it. Do the makilaki.
Yeah, mecca like a high, mecca hidey ho.
Hakuna Matata. You also have to say Hakuna Matata.
Okay.
After that,
it means
or
no
it doesn't
worries.
count.
It means no worries for the rest of your days.
No worries about this classification.
Right. And Beetlejuice twice, not three. Okay. Secret SCI info know that the FBI's work doesn't end with recovering information improperly stored. There must also be a damage assessment to identify every single person who may have had unauthorized access. I mean, what is the damage assessment to this country from Donald Trump going to be at the end of the day? Is it incalculable, right?
Yeah.
It has 11 billion items in it.
At least 11 billion.
It's like glitter.
Maybe
We're gonna
11 billion and one.
We'll never get it off of us.
It's like glitter.
Mm-hmm.
Like 25 years from now, we're gonna be like, oh, is that orange glitter?
Right. Karen in Chicago, are you still there? Oh, all right, she's gone. Sorry. I know she was being very sweet about Colonel Steve Austin, and then I thought she had other thoughts that we did not. Okay. Let's see. Yes, Ben says, things are bad for Trump if he's breaking out Obama's middle name. When the Hussein is bandy.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, did we mention that Barack Obama, National Archives, shot that down in 2 seconds?
Correct.
He did not take anything inappropriate. Okay.
Nope.
Do we even need to say that? I guess we do. Dunkey says they don't need to fingerprint all the documents. If there's crayon on them, it's Eric. If there's makeup, it's Ivanka. If there's Coke, it's Don Jr. That's true. That is true. It makes it an easier.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the times over the weekend when MAGA World got very quiet. When they're dusting for prints, they're like, You can feel them trying to get their next talking point.
Trying
they're
to figure
sort of
a new
like,
way out of
whoa,
this.
this is bad. Is this bad?
They
Wait a minute.
had 10 different talking points at least. Like there was
Right.
a
But none of them work.
a HuffPost article about all of the excuses
Yes.
that they've given.
Yes.
I'm like, oh my God.
And they keep changing.
Yes.
Right.
But you can't pin down one because
Yeah.
there's always a new. It's whack-a-mole of
He
excuses.
declassified the information that the FBI then planted. How would FBI have access to the top secret nuclear things
Like
to
the-
actually plant them, but then also
Like the
okay.
top secret, that,
Right.
that classification that
Right.
only
The
like
people
8
who would
people
dare
in the
couldn't
United
read
States
it.
can see.
Right. Julia Davis, our Russia reporter, said, meanwhile, in Russia, Putin's mouthpieces on state TV are taunting America about top-secret documents sought during the raid of Trump's estate, which they claim had to do with the newest nuclear weapons developed by the U.S. and gleefully imply that Moscow already got to see them. Would you all be surprised? Anybody?
Oh, God.
Anybody? Anybody? And you don't know, right? They're no more reliable than Donald Trump.
Yeah.
They're the same. You're like, yes, Russia could just be taunting them, or he already shared classified information with Lavrov in the Oval Office, and we normalize that. This is not, okay. All right, yes, Kavian Shroff said, given that Russian state TV is claiming to have already seen some of the documents Trump stole, a reminder that Hillary Clinton warned us about every little bit of this. Chris, who said you encouraged espionage against our people? Who said that?
Mr. Spacely.
No!
Oh.
Hillary Clinton!
Oh.
How you gonna die, Steph?
Mad.
Just mad?
Oh, Rich also tweeted everything. She was right about everything. He'll be triggered by a tweet. He'll sell our secrets. He'll appoint unqualified judges to end Roe. We won't be trusted by our own military officers. He's a lying pooping puppet who has been a lifelong grifter. True. All of it.
I think he said poop and puppet.
Whatever. Yes, that too.
Yes.
He wears Depends, according to
Right.
Noel Kassler, our good friend. Oh, here's an idea. I like liberal helpers at this point. Dr. Jack Brown says once Trump is imprisoned, we should constantly pipe into his cell 24/7 every single Barack Obama speech on an endless loop. Hi, Michael.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi there. So, just to shoot down a whole bunch of defenses, none of the documents had ever to have been classified under the 3 statutes that are named on the warrant.
Yes, thank you. That's the other thing.
So that one just
Yeah.
Right. I'm sorry, that just goes away.
Yeah.
There's also a law that he's very likely to be charged with, which was theoretically the one that Hillary was being suspected and accused of, which halfway through Trump's presidency, out of indignance and anger, the Republicans upgraded to a felony, and he signed it into a felony.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So not only did he commit the same crime, it's more serious now because he made it more serious by virtue of signing it into a felony.
Yeah.
The irony is so sweet.
Oh,
right.
Isn't it ironic?
Yeah.
Can Alanis Morissette finally do a song where things are actually ironic and not just unfortunate?
Isn't it ironic?
Black fly in your Chardonnay is not ironic.
Don't you think?
It just sucks.
It's just gross.
Sucks. It's ew. Okay, Jeff Tiedrich says the Your Feelings crowd sure is having a lot of feelings right now about dear leader turning out to be a spy. Okay, a Trump lawyer told the Justice Department in June that all files marked classified in storage in Mar-a-Lago had been returned. Why is that important? As evidence Trump was not forthcoming. It explains the obstruction of justice statute on the warrant. So that's why there's layers in the warrant. Okay. Right. The Espionage Acts being used in the warrant means that there was evidence Trump had transferred information to a third party, foreign government or organization. This is a whole new level of treachery. I had to wade through just the legal stuff, right, in the warrant and okay, Brooklyn Dad, our friend, says not a single Republican leader has called upon the armed Trumpers at the Phoenix FBI to stand down. Any blood will be on their hands. Thank you. I'm not even sure I want to wade into right-wing world, but should we? What would you pick that the traitor party defending the traitor?
I mean, let's just rip the Band-Aid off and go 24.
Oh, Steve Bannon.
Yeah.
All right, sure.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
DOJ is lying. The FBI is lying.
everyone's
All of
lying.
them are lying, and we're going to hold them all accountable. And I'm not going to sit there and listen to Merrick Garland. I will not stand by silently. We'll listen, pipsqueak. You can come out there and start crying again at the mic because War Room's not going to back off. We smoked you out. Tom Fitton smoked you out. Other conservative media smoked you out of your cave and forced you to that podium today to at least give your first cut of the lies and spin. We're not going to back off. You're a lawless scumbag. How about that? Suck on that. And the FBI is a bunch of lawless Gestapo.
Wow. What do you think you'll be sucking on in prison? Just curious.
Hey.
What did you think I was implying? I don't understand what you would think I'm implying. I'm not in my right mind. I can't be held.
You're very sad today.
Yes. Who said Trump should face consequences for tax evasion if he merits it, but is critical for public perception, for history, for the preservation of democracy that he is charged with the crimes that best reflect the gravity of the danger he posed to the country?
Mr. Slate.
No. Duty to warn. I think they're quoting somebody. I don't even know who. It doesn't matter. It's correct. It's correct. It's some person. That's the name. That's the guess. Somebody. Doesn't matter. Thom Hartmann, our very dear friend.
Yes.
Says, Newsweek reports that the documents Trump stole include payroll records for U.S. spies. Exactly the kind of thing for which Putin or Saudi Arabia would pay the Trump family billions. Was there a bidding war? The Saudis won with their $2 billion to Jared. Oh, my God. Okay, is Thom Hartmann not the smartest man on earth?
He is.
All smarter than all 11 billion of us put together?
Combined.
He wrote a book in the time it took you to read that quote.
Okay. I can't even, we still are going to, our jaws are not done dropping. There's a few floors down, I think.
Oh, we got a ways to go with the story.
Right?
So.
I mean, because we don't you know that the worst of it is true. Okay.
Well, we never thought it was going to be this bad.
Right.
Until it was.
Right. Okay, so that means he may have already gotten killed if he has outed U.S. spies. Let's just look at that. Duty to warn also said we'll never know the true extent of the damage because it's classified, but the magnitude of Trump's intelligence leaks will prove to be catastrophically vast and deep beyond anything we've ever seen. What doesn't Russia have by this point? And last one from Duty to Warn, who was on fire this weekend.
Yes.
As a psychologist, I feel as though millions of entranced Americans are strangely uncomfortable and they don't know why. It's cognitive dissonance. Most are in too deep to adopt a new direction yet, so they're nervously waiting to be told what they're supposed to think and believe. And that's what I guess Fox News is desperately trying to do. Although, Chris, you were saying, I don't know whether it's like Doocy, whoever, some of them trying to get on the right side of history, or they obviously know how bad this is. But do we have some of that? Like, there is some pushback, right? Stefanik, 10.
Yeah, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah.
All right.
At least Stefanik, disgrace.
Apparently, they're related to nuclear weapons. We don't know if there are weapons. We don't know if they're another country's weapons. But if that is true, and they were just in the basement at Mar-a-Lago, that's kind of a big deal.
Well, certainly, Steve, there's been a lot of, again, guesses as to, and media reporting. We do not know the facts, which is why it's important to follow the facts wherever they lead. And that's why it's important in our oversight role on the House Intelligence Committee. We continue to see the FBI refuse to answer questions when they create controversies and they overreach.
And going on.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
This is Joe Biden's Department of Justice and FBI targeting his most likely presidential opponent in 2024. It is not news to the American people that President Trump is very likely to run for president. This was incredibly an overreach. It's un-American, and there's going to be a lot more questions from the FBI that the American people deserve. And I will tell you, this is systemic. This is the same agency that perpetuated the Russia hoax for years, that tried to undermine this administration, and this is just blatant politicization. And it should concern every American. I will tell you, my constituents are deeply, deeply concerned about the politicization of the FBI and Biden's DOJ.
But not about treason.
No, that's not a concern of any kind.
Not about treason.
With extra treason berries.
Do you love that's what they're trying to sell? Like, oh, this happens to him, it can happen to you. Not if you didn't steal our nuclear secrets.
Not if you don't break any federal laws. It's not going to happen to you.
None of us have access to anyway. This could literally not happen to anyone else. It's like, really? Okay.
Unless he sends it to you in one of his fundraising emails. Shh, don't tell anyone I'm sending you the nuclear codes.
Right. Do I have to listen to more from her? Do I need it? No, I don't really.
If you want to skip it.
Okay, I think I'll skip.
Okay. Oh, sure. Yes, no? No.
Yes,
Okay.
Duty to Warn, again, says, I didn't steal those materials. The FBI planted them. And anyway, I declassified them mentally before I took them, denied I had them, and then hid them in my basement. It's like the neighbor said, I never borrowed your bucket, and it was damaged when you lent it to me. Yes, that's where we're at.
Yeah.
Is there a new excuse yet today? Or is that
not that I've seen
covered
yet?
it? Right.
Space Aliens is making a comeback.
Right. Okay. Christopher Boozy tweets, so let me see if I understand this correctly. Trump declassified the documents that the FBI planted on him, and he secured the planted documents with multiple locks? LOL. Can a judge, does that be part of the ruling? It just says LOL?
Lols.
LOLZ.
Lols with a Z? You think a judge would use a Z? In the not funny department, Shannon Watts tweets, Temple Beth David in Florida has canceled its Shabbat after right-wing extremists doxed the judge who signed the Mar-a-Lago search warrant and sits on the synagogue's board. We are, right, like a lake of gasoline right now.
Yeah.
Trump has the match, and I don't, okay. Can I say, Glenn Kirshner said this to us on Friday. Thank God justice is coming, but you're like, how did he get a year and a half with our nuclear secrets?
Yeah.
They, asked him nicely. They negotiated with him. They did a subpoena. They went to visit. I mean, the fact that, it seemed like there's like some urgency to this that should have, because what has he already done with them? That's what you have to wonder, right?
Well, I mean, how long have they been at...
Right.
In the pool shed at
Yes.
Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah,
How long
as
has it
Glenn
been
said,
there?
not only are they not being unfair to Donald Trump, they're being overly fair to a degree that none of us would ever. Oh my God!
Right.
By the way,
But I
speaking
understand the need to cross every T and dot every I.
Speaking of justice not coming, Chris, and then coming all at once, don't make a dirty joke.
It's making a
A
mess.
federal judge has ruled that Senator Lindsey Graham must testify in front of the grand jury
Saw that
about
this
Trump's
morning.
attempt
Like
to
I said.
overturn Georgia's election.
Like I said, it's making a mess.
Justice is making a mess everywhere.